Hello YouTube, welcome to RV Daydream. Looking at our temporary travel trailer. We're gonna try this one for a little bit, but we have repairs that are going on inside to make this fully usable. And I do have some other accessories that I've been wanting to install on this, even though I don't have this in camping form quite yet. And I'm showing you the door because it has to do with the entry and what is coming out on new RVs, pretty much standard, and what you can purchase and add on to your older RV.
What have you been up to?
I've been riding on a daydream.
So one of the things that we did when we were, full-time on the road was, before we even hit the road, we went out and purchased a new RV. There was some nice features on that new RV that we really liked, and we added a couple extra, and it had to do with the door. Then we upgraded from a 2020 to a 2022, only to find out that they were standard items on the 2-year newer model. And that's what I'm looking at here is an older model. This is a 2014, I think. And I've got issue with a couple of things. First, this needs adjusted because it barely hits the striker here. But more importantly, it's plastic. You got to be worried about this thing breaking. Look how flexible that is. I mean, you could really, that could be an issue. And the other thing, check this out. Does the door stay open? Does it stay closed? I want it to close. I mean, if I let go of it, I want it to close. Also, as far as going in and out, what do I grab onto to close the door? This. So let's go ahead and correct all of that. Yet there is one other thing, and that is the chains out here and the plug. They're just kind of hanging here. Now, that's not too big of a deal for most time, but I'm wanting that to be secured and up out of the way. And that's where this company comes into play. This is a company called Safoner, S-A-F-O-N-E-R. You can see I've got a screen door crossbar handle. That's going to make it to where I can push and close the screen door with an actual handle. We have an RV screen door latch. This is an aluminum latch with a plate. It comes with everything. I'll go ahead and show you that here. Pretty simple. I mean, this is definitely going to replace what I have. And again, this is all metal. We don't have to worry about it breaking as easily. The crossbar handle, this, believe it or not, is big enough for that door. It's a slip fit, kind of like a curtain rod. Curtain rods can be shorter, but then they open up. Your RV screen door closer. This is a really cool item. It has adjustable tension that will close the door automatically whenever you let go of it. And then, of course, what I was just talking about, trailer towing chain organizer. I like the idea that I'm going to be able to put my plug and my chains up into position and not have to worry about them, again, dragging the ground, just laying there. I mean, it's never a good look. So we'll go ahead and put this on the tube of the jack, and then first we're going to mount these all on the door. How about that? We'll come back and show you what that looks like and show them in action. Okay, all finished. One small surprise, which I'll talk about here, but other than that, everything went pretty straightforward. Now again, this is an aluminum handle that I have here, so as far as it's flexing and going to break, I've got limited chances of that. Now, we're pretty careful, but if you have kids, who knows what the deal is. That could go either way, right? This was a straightforward installation. The latch that I had on there before was very similar to this one. So these two screw holes were reutilized. This one was drilled. This was a new hole. And as far as this striker plate, this was identical to the one that was on there, except it has a nicer, sharper edge right here that it catches on now. So that was really straightforward. Oh, and then the other piece that comes with it is out here for it to latch onto the door when it's open. So what else happened? Well, let's go ahead and show you first this latching when it's open. You can see, nice, right? And I could adjust this, and I might put this a little bit lower, Oh, that's right, I didn't tighten it up because I hadn't adjusted it yet. So I need to adjust that. I'll do that off camera. But in the meantime, let me show you the other thing. Here we go, right? This is the push bar, very nice. Does exactly what I was hoping it for. I'm no longer trying to grab this and close the door, or open this and grab this to close the door. I have this. Now, whenever I was drilling these holes, I knew that I was going to be getting into this plastic window, and you can see what I did there. I just notched it, and it was pretty easy. You just close it, drill a hole through it, and then not putting a screw in, you just keep your drill bit running and you just move this, and you kind of move it up and down. That way it's got a nice slotted opening for that. The other thing that you'll notice is the best benefit, and that's this down here, and that is the spring closer. Now, I think over a period of time that we might have some wear right here. We'll have to see how that works out. If I notice any chafing or anything on this coated cable, I may change it. But just so you know, whenever you're mounting this, they expect you to go through the door frame, and they have these little set screws right here, and these set screws go into this mount here. So what I had to do is, of course, drill the holes for the set screws, and then I countersunk them so they were a little bit deeper because they just didn't engage that plate very well. Then I adjusted the tension. You can see I have some extra cable here, and then I tighten these two screws to hold that tension that I want. And of course, you have to drill here and put in screws. But look at how nice this is now. We just, right? Now, as far as people going in and out though, and I don't have to worry about closing it or it flopping around or whatever. Again, if you have kids, this might come in really handy, because you know how it is. They never want to close the door. Now, all this installation was relatively quick because they include a lot of the parts. So they included the drill bits for the screen return, you know, the screen tensioner. They also included an Allen wrench. That's right. It's a bit. They supplied this and this Allen wrench for this. Look at that. Look how nice and neat that is now. Now, of course, you want to pay attention to your cable and how you have it mounted, because if I was to mount this straight underneath, I wouldn't have been able to get my cord, my plug in, you know, it would have been underneath that motor. And there are holes in the bottom to allow drainage for any kind of water that may get in there. But you could do this in numerous ways. Like, I could have flipped this around. I could put it backwards to where the plug was back here. I'm okay with this because I do have a cover for all of this. As far as the company Safoner, there's going to be a link down in the description below for all of these products. Very straightforward, especially if your current door latch system kind of looks like this, or it's broken. It's an easy replacement, and these things aren't very expensive at all. And of course, the push handle going in and out, I love that. That's going to save a lot. Trust me, definitely a lot. It's one of those things. Now, you might be saying, well, why do you need the handle to close the door now that you have this set up? When I go to close this door, and I'm talking both doors at this point, let's say you have your air on, it's just a matter of reaching out and grabbing the handle and closing the whole shebang. That's why it was important for that latch that I just fixed and adjusted to be adjusted so it catches. So you can use the handle now, because the screen door is attached directly through that latch to be able to close. Now, as far as this tensioner closing the door, I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. Yeah, maybe here. I guess. Kind of. Overall, easy products to install, very inexpensive, but as far as the comfort and the convenience of having these things, I'm sure some of you are screaming right now, saying, oh my word, my kids always leave the doors open and they never close that screen door when they go out. That's what the spring's for. Make sure that your latch is in good shape, or purchase a new one. And again, links are down below for all this, including the tongue jack chain mount, which was very easy to install. I think anybody could install that in probably 5 minutes. So that's it, guys, and as always, we hope to see you out there. Bye.